Hey, Algebra 2. I wanted to help you get ready for your quiz this week. So I thought the best way to do that was just to have a homework packet with a lot of problems. And so I'm going to run through one of each kind with you. The first one says, given a polynomial and one factor, find the others. So when it says find the others, you need to know that your answer is going to be a factor. So it's going to be like x plus or minus a number when it wants a factor. But in order to find that, we are going to have to do synthetic division. So we're going to run synthetic division. If my factor is x minus 2, that means my divisor, or the answer I'm checking, is positive 2. My coefficients are 1, 3, -6, -8. Bring your first one down. Multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. Add. 3 plus 2 is 5. Multiply. Add. Multiply. Add. All right, so we know that, yes, you are definitely a factor because my remainder equals 0. Put your variables back in, so 1x squared plus 5x plus 4. Now I'm going to factor this polynomial. I'm going to make an ACB chart. Hopefully we all recall that in this problem A is 1, B is 5, and C is 4. So I need factors of 4 that add up to 5, which are just 1 and 4. So this factors x plus 1 and x plus 4. And it says to find the other factors. This is my good final answer on number 1. When you jump down to the next group of problems, it says given a polynomial and a 0, remember that a 0 is the solution, it's the answer. Find the other zeros. So that means in this problem, your answer is going to be a number. So this is already my 0, and that is the number, that is your divisor that goes right here. Double check that you don't need a filler 0. My variable exponents go 3, 2, 1, none, so I don't need any filler zeros today. Step number 1, run synthetic division. Bring your first term down, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Put your variables in. Step 2, we're going to factor this. So when I make my ACB chart, I need factors of 9 that add up to -10. That means I need -9 and -1. So x minus 9, x minus 1 equals 0. A is 3. So in this particular problem, if A is anything other than 1, you have to remember to divide those numbers by whatever your A term is. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And I'm just going to leave that as 1/3. We had to find the remaining zeros, and so now we are going to solve it. So we use what is called the zero product property, and I set each of my factors equal to 0. Let's scoot up a little bit. Add your 3 to the other side. So x equals 3. And then I'm going to add my 1/3 to the other side and get x equals 1/3. So those are my other two zeros for this problem. I'm combining two problems into one. There is one section that says state all possible rational zeros, and this one takes this part and adds to it. So I thought I would just do one of them. So if I want to state all my possible rational zeros, this is where I'm going to do the P over Q. P is 5 in this case. It's your constant. And then Q is also 5. It's your leading coefficient. Now I'm going to list out all of my factors. So the factors of 5 are plus or minus 1, plus or minus 5. And same thing on bottom, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 5 in this case. This is just your work. To get your final answer, you're going to have to pair every term in the numerator with every term in the denominator. So 1 divided by 1 is plus or minus 1. And 5 divided by 1 is plus or minus 5. So then when I move on to the 5 divided by 1 is also 5. That's also there. Where did I miss the other one? And I missed the 1 divided by 5 right there. There it is. And so when I take that 1 divided by 5, I get plus or minus 1/5. So those are my three possible scenarios. The other one that I skipped over, so when I did 5 divided by 5, that reduces down to 1, and that was already represented, so you don't need to list it again. So these are all my possible factors. Now I need to find the zeros. So my plan is I'm going to run synthetic division till I get a remainder of 0. So I'm going to start in order. I'm going to start with 1. And my coefficients are 5, 29, 19, and negative 5. Bring it down, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Nope. So that is not one of them because my remainder is 52. Okay? Move on to negative 1. See if that one works. 5, 29, 19, negative 5. Bring it down. Multiply. Negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. Add. Multiply. Add. That's negative 5. There we go. And multiply. Negative times negative is positive. Okay, good. So my remainder is 0. That means negative 1 is one of my zeros. So now once I have 1, now I need to factor to find the rest of them. So I'm going to put my variables in. And so I'm going to factor and solve. When I make my ACB chart, 5 times negative 5, I need factors of negative 25 that add to 24. And so that would be 25 and negative 1. X plus 25, x minus 1 equals 0. But a is 5, so you have to remember to divide those numbers by 5. 25 divided by 5 reduces to 5, and that is going to stay 1/5. And then to finish solving it, I'm going to set each factor equal to 0. Subtract the 5 to the other side. So x equals -5. And we're going to have to add the 1/5 to the other side. So x equals positive 1/5. And then I also know that x equals -1 from back on the original when I had to do synthetic division. So hopefully this helps, gives you a little overview of how to do each of the problems.